Pretty much every Lego Fortnite fan knows that one of the most important things in the entire game mode is build sets. Some might be free, there are others that are very expensive, but what you can pretty much guarantee is that everybody has their favourites. And that of course includes me, which is why in this video I'm going to be ranking every single Lego Fortnite build set from worst to best. One major rule before we get going, the price of these different build sets is going to play absolutely no part in this list whatsoever. And these rankings are solely based on my opinion on what happens to be my favourite, so let's not waste any more time, then let's jump into things and let's do this. Believe it or not, but at the time of me making this video there are 14 different build sets in Lego Fortnite, and I happen to think the weakest of those is the starter shacks. I mean, it stands to reason, doesn't it really? They're called the starter shacks for a reason because it's the first thing you build in Lego Fortnite, so they're of course going to be a little bit boring. They're extremely easy to build because they're the first things that you're going to create in your survival world, and let's face it, after that point, once you upgrade to better buildings, you're probably never going to use these again. I can't imagine there's many people out there who have built a full level 10 village from starter shacks, and that's just because sadly these aren't very good. And our next set of builds actually do look very similar to these because that is going to be the fishing docks. These were added for free into Lego Fortnite as part of the Gone Fishing update, and that to me makes total sense because I can't really see many people buying these from the item shop. They can actually be found around your Lego survival world naturally, as they're just placed there as very basic fishing spots. Unfortunately, I would say these were so unimpressive that when they dropped the Gone Fishing update, tons of Lego Fortnite players didn't even realise that these had been put into the game. Don't get me wrong, if you're looking to create some kind of fishing village in your survival world, then these might be the best thing that we've got. But outside of that, sadly, they're just not that much use. So if you don't fancy sitting there with a fishing rod for 2 hours, you may never even touch these. But I'm not sure that you could say the same for the Imperial survival buildings. I know what you're thinking, why in the hell is this guy ranking Star Wars buildings so low on this list? And that is because, unfortunately, if you actually take a closer look at these, they're not really particularly unique or new, they're just essentially Star Wars rebrands of previous buildings. We have a few different categories of Star Wars builds in Lego Fortnite. Out of the 3 that we do have, these have got to be the weakest. Now, I'm sure that tons of people will absolutely be using these in their Star Wars universes if they're looking to build some kind of base for the dark side, but I really do feel like the devs could have put in more effort with these, at least making them feel new as opposed to just lazy copies. Luckily though, we can't say that for Lockie's Lighthouse. Although the cost of Lego sets plays absolutely no part in the rankings of this list, I do understand people's frustrations with this one not being free. With that said though, it is an absolutely fantastic building. The only real tragedy is that there isn't more buildings as part of this set. Outside of that though, it's probably one of my favourites in terms of uniqueness on the list. It just really feels though that you can't build a massive village around it because nothing matches. If instead we had got a full package of different lighthouse themed buildings with a similar red and white colour scheme, there's no doubt in my mind that this set would be way higher up the list. With that said though, I really do feel like every Lego Fortnite survival world 100% needs a nice lighthouse plonked on a cliff top. But if staring out to sea is not really your thing, maybe you're more interested in farming, which is exactly why we've got the Anarchy Acres set. Arriving in the game as part of the Farm Friends update, I would definitely say that this build set feels completely different to everything else we have. In some ways that's a good thing because it makes it feel totally unique, however if you don't really want to be spending any V-Bucks, you're going to have some real problems building a farm. Many Lego Fortnite fans were actually really frustrated that this wasn't included for free as part of the Farm Friends update, and I totally agree with that. It was basically the whole theme of that update. With that said though, I do love the way that this perfectly matches the animal barn in terms of colour, and although it may not be massively high up on this list, I'm actually a really big fan of this build set. It just so happens that everything else above it I think is even better, and that includes this absolute OG original Lego Fortnite build set that we've had since the game mode first launched. This is the log cabin set. This might be pretty basic and something that you can get access to very early on in your survival world, but I still think it's absolutely brilliant. There's a reason that I spent an extremely long time building a village in the snow biome out of this thing. It's because it looks so good there. It also of course has the added advantage of the fact that it's extremely easy to build. You don't even really need any difficult materials to make this happen. Basic can be pretty disappointing in Lego Fortnite, but sometimes like this set it can actually be really good. I doubt there's many people out there in the world of Lego Fortnite that haven't used these buildings at some point. And we can 100% say exactly the same for the Rebel Survival bundle. This is basically the Imperial Survival set, but way better. There's so much more to choose from and the buildings definitely look more unique. But with that said, it is still held back by the fact that they do look very similar to other buildings that we've already got in Lego Fortnite. They're definitely not totally original. And that is really the only thing holding me back from placing these higher on the list. If they looked like nothing else we'd ever seen in Lego Fortnite, they'd probably be right near the top. But sadly that's not the case, because even higher than those is going to be Majestic Manors. If you are looking to build your own personal castle in your Lego Fortnite survival world and you don't want to be throwing any V-Bucks at the item shop, this is the set for you. Of course, it's pretty easily unlockable as long as you start building a village in the desert and take it all the way up to level 10. Just like the log cabin set that I spoke about earlier, this is of course been in the game since it first launched, and in terms of free sets is definitely one of the best ones that we've seen. But that doesn't mean that there isn't things I would much rather build than this, because there 100% is, such as Pleasant Park. Truthfully, I'm actually pretty surprised they didn't try to sell this one in the item shop for some money, because it definitely would have worked, so shout out to Epic for giving it us for free. I mean, come on, who doesn't want the ability to be able to build Pleasant Park in Lego Fortnite? It's just one massive nostalgia trip. Apart from Tilted Towers, there are very few locations from OG Fortnite that people remember more than this one. And I've got to say, if you don't have some kind of full Pleasant Park village in your survival world, you're definitely missing out. But up next, it's back over to the world of the medieval again, because this is the Lion Knight's Castle set. I personally think there is only one word to describe this bundle right here, and that is big. Some other buildings in Lego Fortnite might be pretty large, but they don't even come close to these ones. They're absolutely huge, which of course can come with some negative side effects, because if you decide to build a massive village using these, there is a strong possibility that you may end up with the annoying high complexity issue. If you're lucky enough to avoid that problem though, it genuinely feels like you're building a city with these, because they're pretty impressive. It's essentially the Majestic Manors set that we spoke about earlier on steroids. Everything is bigger, better, more insane, so it's no wonder that it's the most expensive bundle that they've ever sold in Lego Fortnite. There's absolutely no doubt that if you are looking to build a castle, then this is the one that you have to go for, because anything else medieval themed in Lego Fortnite just fails in comparison to this one. But I personally think something that's even more impressive than that has got to be the Beachside Boulevard. Who doesn't want the opportunity to chill out by the sea with these absolutely incredible buildings? There's definitely something about these that makes them feel totally unique and different to all the other things that you can build within Lego Fortnite. The blue design combined with the white railings really does make them feel a little bit special. And I've got to say, if I was to choose any build set from Lego Fortnite where I could live in real life, it's gotta be these ones. And although they may have been part of a bundle in the Fortnite item shop, I would actually say there is things that you can get for free in Lego Fortnite that are better, such as the Shogun Palace. As far as 100% totally free build sets go in Lego Fortnite, this for me has got to be the best one. It's no wonder that these are locked behind you building a level 10 village in the snow biome. Epic definitely knew what they were doing with that one. The buildings just feel so extravagant, which is why my main base in Lego Fortnite is full to the brim with these. It may be a little bit daunting if you're a new Lego Fortnite player to go through all of the stuff that you've got to do in order to unlock these, but trust me when I say it's absolutely worth it. Because you've then got access to one of the best build sets in the whole of Lego Fortnite, and in my opinion the only things that can beat it in this ranking are ones that you actually have to pay for. And that of course includes the Der Burger restaurant. The people over at Lego Fortnite definitely knew what they were doing with this one when they made it a Lego kit to be bought in the item shop. That's very sneaky of you. They knew that absolutely tons of us wouldn't be able to resist buying this one. These buildings right here genuinely don't feel like anything else that you can get in the game. I mean, who doesn't want to be able to build their own burger franchise in Lego Fortnite? Don't lie to me, yes you do. There's just something about this build set that makes it feel really cool. I don't know, maybe I'm being 100% blinded by nostalgia from Fortnite Chapter 1. But out of all of the villages that I've built in my survivor world, this is one of my favourites. We are actually going to be doing a very small honourable mention here, and that is going to go to vehicle builds. Technically, these are building prefabs that you can use in Lego Fortnite, so I thought that I definitely need to mention them in this list. But as they're drivables and not actually buildings, I didn't really feel that they fit the theme. So in my opinion, the best thing to do is to give them a little nod and not actually feature them with a ranking on this list. So that way, nobody can drop a comment down below telling me that I forgot about the vehicle builds. I know your game, alright, I see you. But with that said though, there's absolutely no doubt in my mind that the number one position in this video has to go to the Mos Eisley set. The coolest build set by an absolute mile, which was of course added in the greatest update in Lego Fortnite history. There is only one major disadvantage about these buildings, and that is that they are made of sandstone, which can be a little bit annoying to get hold of. But even with that, I don't think it stops them being the best build set in Lego Fortnite. Of course, every single one of these buildings is only available as part of the first ever Lego Fortnite event pass, but one of the biggest of those, the Mos Eisley Marketplace, is actually totally free. But even with the rest only being accessible if you're willing to spend a few V-Bucks, I think a lot of us could probably agree that these are very impressive. And it really does give me a lot of hope to see what kind of collab buildings they're going to bring to the game in the future. It's probably going to be absolutely insane. And so there we have it then, people. That was ranking every single build set in Lego Fortnite from worst to best. Give me a shout down below in the comments section, let me know if you agree or disagree with any of these rankings. And that is everything that I've got for you today, so I guess I'll see you guys in the next one, and peace out.